All right, let's talk about Jameis Winston of the Cleveland Browns now, finally out of the NFC South, no longer with the Buccaneers or the Saints. Has a chance to be a backup with the Browns, and who knows? I mean, is there a chance he could be a starter? Hey, certainly a chance, right? Be it Deshaun Watson maybe not playing well or just have simply, injuries happen. So if Winston does get into the NFL with a pretty good roster in Cleveland, what could he do with it? Well, let's see how he did in the preseason. First, let's start off with the play you see on the screen. It's going to be a zone coverage concept, and for Winston, really the area he's going to look at in terms of where he wants to go with the football is right there. This is a 3rd down and 5, and usually what happens is that the tight end's route, the one going a little bit further deep in this white circle, kind of pushes the linebacker who's in that area further deep. You hit the receiver who's more underneath, and he can make the catch, turn forward, and pick up a yard or two and pick up the first down. Like, watch, when Winston takes a snap, that's kind of exactly what's happening. The first route did its job of pushing the linebackers further deep, and you see how this route is open. Winston is reading the play well. He does get the ball over there, and they are able to pick up a first down right there. Kind of needed to get it there quickly. He got it there quickly. Again, this is the stuff Winston's always been really good at, actually. People act like he's a guy who can't read defenses and stuff like that. No, he has a very good understanding of, these types of plays and does a very good job at them, I would say. And also, you just see some really good throws with Winston. Again, the arm talent is definitely there. You can say what you want, have the critiques you want, but, arm talent is arm talent. The concept you see on the screen is a man coverage play where you see the receiver's route. It's one that can definitely get open. And when Winston runs this play action, he's going to look over in that direction, and it is open. Not wide open, but there is a window. The receiver has the inside leverage, so it's definitely, an opportunity to make this play work. And Winston does a very good job of putting it kind of right on the money. Again, well-timed, well-thrown. This is the stuff Winston's always excelled at, and we're seeing him excel at it here at the, with Cleveland as well. No real surprise, I would say. But of course, Jameis has always had his quirks, we can call it. The thing about it is, obviously, this is a guy who threw 30 interceptions in a season. He's going to take chances. That's just a part of his play style. You can agree with it or disagree with it, but at this point, he is who he is. A play like this is a good example of, I think some of this where it's a man coverage play. You have a receiver running a slant route right here. Winston takes the snap, he's going to look in that direction, and I think one of the issues that I would also say is he does have a tendency of staring down his receivers a bit. This is something that's kind of always been part of his career. I'm a Tampa Bay fan. I followed him very closely for 5 years. I definitely know that usually when he was looking on one side of the field, that's where the ball was going to go. You can see why he likes this throw, though, right? Like, there is a potential chance for this to be complete. And honestly, he throws a catchable ball there. Like, it wasn't caught, but, that's pretty much where you would want it to be. Like, that's kind of the thing about Winston is that, yes, he will take some chances, but a lot of times it'll work out. A lot of times these chances are, he has good enough arm talent to make it work. Part of why he believes he can make any throw is because he nearly can. But then we got to go over and talk about something like this, and you're immediately wondering what you're looking at, because before we even get into the play design itself, yes, sorry, the quality is a bit rough right here. The only replay I could find of this game was an NFL Network rerun where they were rerunning 2 different games at the same time, I believe is what was happening. So unfortunately, I'm recording off of that. It's not very good quality, and it says Browns at Seahawks on the bottom of the screen. That's the rest of the video is going to look like this, but you can still see what's going on, and I'll describe everything. But yeah, apologies about that. Anyway, the play you see on the screen, it is a zone coverage concept, and you see the receiver's route going to go more over the middle. Winston is going to run to play action, but the Seahawks linebacker is doing a good job not getting fooled too much. That's the route that can often get open, and boy, is it not open right here. And looking at this play, this is something that if Winston got over to another read, there actually are, I would argue that you could make an argument for almost all of these throws. I think the deep shot, probably not so much because there are 2 safeties deep still, but either of the other ones definitely could be open. But Winston, when he gets locked onto a read, he sometimes gets locked onto a read. I think he's hoping for the receiver to cut more in, and you can get a completion that way. But the receiver actually goes the opposite direction, which makes it just that much worse. It wasn't caught, probably should have been caught by that Seattle defender, and ends up being incomplete. But that was a turnover-worthy play if I've ever seen one. Just, again, it's one of those plays that Jameis Winston just has a tendency to make. We also saw some stuff like this, which are just like missed throws, which is a part of his game as well. Like he is always someone who will be good for just kind of a throw getting away from him or two in a game. Like, the plays that hit look great. Not every play hits. That is something that's fair to say. However, going over to something like this is a good example, I would say, of what can work. It's a cover two man play, and you see the concept on your screen. You have a receiver running a more over the middle route. Okay, cool. Definitely can get open if it's underneath the safeties. Winston is going to take the snap, and this play's working, right? I mean, it's not wide open. There definitely isn't a ton of margin for error here for Winston. But again, it's perfectly timed, really well accurate. It really is the thing where, like, I feel like, in most of Jameis Winston's games throughout the course of his career, you take out his 3 worst plays and he looks awesome. Like, that's kind of how I viewed the preseason. Is like, you take out his worst plays, he looks awesome. His issue has never been he can't make good plays. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I saw Jameis Winston play like Jameis Winston in the preseason. Like, if there's any thought of, okay, has he changed at all when you watch the preseason tape? Nothing that I saw. I still see the issues that he still has. The good things he still has. And the things that you could debate are issues or good things he definitely still has. How about I rate his overall performance? I don't know. I felt like a solid 7 out of 10 performance, I think, for Winston. Like, he made most of the throws, had a couple of decisions I wouldn't have recommended making for sure, but it was mostly good. And again, if he ends up going to start for the Browns, I do just find it interesting because I almost feel like I like Winston at his best when he's with an offense that, like, it's almost like they're not going to move the ball unless they have a quarterback making really good throws, because then, sure, he'll make mistakes, but you can kind of live with those because an okay quarterback wouldn't get the good plays you get. The Browns have a pretty good offense. They won't need him to make some tough throws. So I don't know if I don't know exactly how I view this. I certainly think that, there's no quarterback controversy as of now. Winston is in to be a backup, and I think we know that he is, at the very least, a very capable backup. I don't know if he's going to be more than that. I do wonder, though, could they consider, having him start, and could they consider having him, if Watson plays poorly, will that start to become a conversation? I don't know. Could be interesting, though. But yeah, as Winston, again, he's Jameis Winston. That's what I thought when I saw his film. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.